Hi there. Welcome to the quarter to three stream for... Oh, it doesn't say the name anywhere. What if I do that? Oh, good lord, I just shut the game down. Hold on. Please stand by. Enjoy this lovely black screen. There's the name of the game. Actually, it's not even the full name. This is Halcyon 6, and then it's supposed to be : Starbase Commander. I don't know why it's not on the main splash screen. It's a little sad. Presumably, there are a bunch of Halcyon 6 games, and this is one called Star Commander. The developer is a group of Canadians called Massive Damage. I'll talk a little bit about them in a second. Before we begin, a quick public service announcement. If you have any game you'd like to see me stream, well, now's your chance. Type into the chat channel, I vote for, and then the name of the game you'd like me to stream. And in an hour, that's at 7 p.m. This happens every 7 p.m. at Monday. We'll have a random drawing, and that'll be the game that I'll be streaming on Wednesday, which is Request Wednesday. So if you've got a vote you'd like to make, if you've got a vote you'd like to change, feel free to make it now. If you're watching a recording of this, feel free to type into the comments section, I vote for, and the name of any game. I'll register your vote. I've been giving away games on Fridays at 7 p.m. I'm still going to do that, but not as much. Most of the game giveaways are going to be relocated to my Patreon campaign. So if you would like to be eligible for a free game every week without having to show up here, feel free to support me at Patreon at patreon.com/TomChick. And furthermore, I'll be beginning shortly a program where once a month you guys can pick what game I review. I write a review of. So check the campaign out at patreon.com for more details about that. Pony Carnival is voting for DROD 4. Who knows what that stands for? DROD 4. It sounds like something that Alex would say in A Clockwork Orange. Colton Weststraight says he found his way here. Welcome. So have you guys played this? Do you know this? It's pretty darn cute. That's a terrible thing in a way to say about a game, but I can't help it. So what we're looking at here is basically XCOM meets a JRPG meets cute sci-fi retro graphics, sort of. The developer, Massive Damage, they are located in Toronto. Wait, where do I choose the... Oh, yeah, okay. We're going to skip the prologue. Yeah, we're just going to... Oh, shoot a monkey, dadgummit. I accidentally started on baby mode. Super easy. Let's back out of here. Just like... Alright. My bad. Hold on. We're not playing on baby mode. Oh, good lord. Okay, sorry. Ignore all this, because you're going to see it again in a minute. Big Herb, referencing my stream on Friday for Redout, says, it looks really hard. It kind of is bigger, but it's just one of those games that you really have to pay attention to. Immediately after I stopped streaming, I played a couple of tracks, and I did far better. If you're not talking to people, it's a little easier. All right, we're going to skip the prologue. We're going to play, so here are the 5 difficulty levels. What are the differences among them? Well, it says here, the amount of resources, how tough the enemies are. I don't know what Troll expansion is, but I assume I'm going to find out. Here's the default level. Now notice on Captain and Admiral, it says enemies have more health and do more damage. Resources are scarce. The Troll expansion, sounds scary, is fierce. Enemies have much more health and do much more damage. Why would you ever play this? Do you get more XP or something? Well, the reason you would play it, you guys can't see my Steam overlay, but if you look at the achievements, there are achievements for each of these. So I am totally fine if you want to add difficulty levels and just artificially make things more difficult, that's fine. Just give me an achievement for it. Because normally in an action RPG, I expect some return for the increased difficulty level. I expect to find more rare drops, to get more experience points, something like that. In a strategy game like this, where you play one self-contained strategy game, where there's no meta unlockable stuff or experience points, just give me an achievement, and I'll be fine with that. Eric Geithner asks an interesting question. He says, Halcyon 6 is pretty much the same thing as Deep Space Nine, right? Couldn't tell you the first thing about Deep Space Nine, although I am playing a Star Trek board game right now, based on Mage Knight. It's called, what is it called? Star Trek Frontiers, and it has references to Deep Space Nine. I'm not sure I would get them, but they're in there. And I guess if you know what Deep Space Nine is, just stay tuned and we'll find out. All right, these are you pick basically your starting main character. There are 3 classes: engineering, tactical, and science. Text about the classes. These are the abilities they get in space combat, and there's ground combat as well. Does Deep Space Nine have ground combat? Do they ever have away teams? Colton Weststraight is voting for Software Inc. Yeah, sounds like a programming game. Software Inc. Colton, I've never heard of that, but I am eager to find out what it is. Colton W. Renegade pencil. All right, I don't know what to pick. I don't really know the nuances of the combat model yet. So I'm going for the red, angry, straight-up attack abilities. And it just asks you, sure, this is what they do, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to confirm. Now, here is the, okay, there are a few little text bits that get you started on the game. I've already done that. I played the tutorial. All right, so now I get another officer. You get 2 people. Oh, look, I can take re-rolls. What do these matter? Oh, I'll tell you what they matter. So while here are the classes, and they're the same, tactical, science, and engineering that we saw before, these abilities that they get, watch this when I re-roll. They change up. Not every class always gets the same abilities. These come from a ability tree. You can eventually unlock them. But I guess what this changes is just what's currently unlocked. So we've got a tactical guy. Let's complement him with an engineering fella. Now, first things first. Actually, first things second. Second things first, let me show you the galaxy here. This is a map, and this is the extent of it. I presume this is how big it is, but it's basically a little bit bigger than 2 screens, I would say. Here we are, right here in the middle. Isn't that what Deep Space Nine is about? Is a deep space station in the middle of a bunch of empires or some such thing? Richard Holt says he thinks I'm going to end up hating the Star Trek / Mage Wars crossover. Richard Holt, that's a good bet. I hate Mage Wars. I honestly think it's one of the worst board game designs ever. That's a little bit of hyperbole. One of the worst successful, commercially accepted, critically lauded board game designs ever. And Star Trek just bounces off me. One of my favorite things about this latest Star Trek movie was it didn't load a bunch of Star Trek stuff on me. So yeah, I can understand that you think I might hate it. However, as a Mage Wars variant, way better than actual Mage Wars. Some of the gameplay conceits in Star Trek Frontiers, the Mage Wars gameplay conceits, they work fine in a space game, and I think they're a little silly in a fantasy game. But you might be right. I might end up hating it. Richard Holt says that I'm next to a wormhole. This isn't a wormhole, actually. This is just the approach point. I don't think you can tell, but there's probably a grid or maybe hexes or something, but they don't want to scare people away, so they don't show you that. Every game I've started, and that's just 3 of them, has started this way. I don't think there's a random map. The pirates down here, the New Terran Federation down here, there were some purple aliens down here in the other games I've played. I think they'll show up later. You know what? Maybe I'm a big dummy, and it is random, and those purple aliens won't be there. Well, we'll find out. Richard Holt asks if I've played Mage Wars with the expansion. I think it's called Lost Legions, right? And it adds an active opponent player rather than just the dummy deck of cards, right? I have not, but I've heard good things about it. All right, pardon me. So, okay, now that was second things first, is showing you guys the map. First things first, let's go to the officer quarters. Corbin Lau, the names are always the same, the starting 3 guys. We're going to change that. We're going to call Corbin Lau. Let's see, who is first to say something in the chat channel? It looks like if I scroll up, JC Lebedev's Hello All, then we have Eric Geithner and then Richard Holt. So JC Lebedev, I don't know what JC stands for, so let's just go for Jean Claude Lebedev. And then our other guy, there we go. Pat Bateman votes for Factorio, which I keep forgetting. Pat Bateman, is that the 3D one with the conveyor belts? Or is that the top-down 2D one with the conveyor belts? If it's the former, I'm way too dumb to play it. If it's the latter, I haven't even tried it yet. Either way, they're both valid picks. Anything's a valid pick for Request Wednesday. Eric Geithner says he has Mage Wars, and he says it seems okay, but he can't get anyone to really play it, though. One of the problems, don't force someone else to play Mage Wars with you. Play it as a solitaire game if you really want to experience the horribleness of it. Alright, so here are our officers. Let's, oh god, what do we do? Here's our, like in XCOM, our base, which is also the idea that it's like an alien starbase. In XCOM, you have a giant UFO thing, I think it's called the Avenger, and you dig out room by room. And it's meant to replace the idea in the original XCOM where you're building a base. Instead, you're excavating an alien ship. Same thing here, except it's not an alien ship, it's an alien starbase. Halcyon 6, I guess is the name of it. I'm not sure. I haven't followed the backstory closely. So in Halcyon 6, we have a ship construction bay. We'll get to that in a minute. We have a fleet command. Okay. We have Station Bridge. Can you even click on that? Oh yeah, this is where we'll talk to aliens. We have officer quarters. And each of these is also a button up here, basically. And we have the Tech Research Archives, which I find distracting because there's these yellow guys in orbs constantly floating around. It pulls my eye and makes me think, wait, am I supposed to pay attention to that? Nope, they're just little dudes floating around doing research. All right, these are our techs. They're set into 4, we'll call them tech quadrants. We don't have any ship upgrades we can research yet. Personnel tech, we want to build an officer academy to give us more officers, a cadet barracks to give us basically better crew in our ships. Our starbase tech improves our base. Our ship tech gives us new ships. Our resources are crew, materials, dark matter, and fuel up here. I believe, is it consistent? Do they all cost material and dark matter? I'm assuming so. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the resource model in this game. Oops. But it looks like everything in tech costs a certain amount of material and dark matter. Now, in a normal tech game, I say a normal tech game, in a lot of strategy games, XCOM for instance, you would pick one of these and you would wait for it to be researched. And then you would pick another one, you'd wait for that one to be researched. And then you'd pick a third one. Here you just buy it. You just flat out buy it. So, let's go ahead and buy our Officer Academy. 300 materials. We got plenty of dark matter. Look, we learned it that quickly. Instant research. I love it. In the previous games I've played, it seems like materials has been a serious bottleneck for what you can do. JC Lebedev wants to know how the music is in this game. It's quite fine if you like listening to music that developers have composed while you're playing a game. I'm afraid I've turned it down, though. Infinifactory is the 3D one. Yes, thank you, Big Herb. Infinifactory, one of the early puzzles in Infinifactory, physically impossible to solve. Yep, I'm claiming that. Even though my friend, who might still be in the chat channel, Pony Carnival, showed me once how to do it, I'm convinced he violated the laws of physics, time, and space to solve it. So that's me looking at Infinifactory. It's sort of like that Carl Sagan thing about if you have 2 dimensions and there's an ant on a piece of paper and you fold it over. I don't remember. I just don't have the capacity to understand Infinifactory. Factoria, though, I think I could probably handle. It looks like a really cool resource management game. So I'm glad you picked that one instead, Pat Bateman. Let's see, do we want to spend our materials on other stuff? I really don't know yet. You can unlock different kinds of ships that you can build. We're not going to be building a ton of ships just yet. We have this, the Rogue. It has these abilities in space, and I think our commander will give it additional ones. Let's, of course, rename this. Let's see, who is... okay, now Richard Holt. This will be the TCS, that of course stands for Tom Chick Starship, R. Holt. So the TCS R. Holt, we will assign a pilot to it. Why do I only have one pilot? Why can't this guy get on a ship? I'm not sure. One thing that happens when you start the game, it gives you these little, where are they? Missions. And yeah, here they go. The mission is basically a tutorial. Like, hey, dummy, do these steps. So the next thing we want to do, we promoted a second officer who's Eric Spanky Geithner. Now we're going to build a ship for Eric Spanky Geithner. Let's see, who is fourth to pipe up in the chat channel? Pony Carnival. It's a perfect name for a ship. So let's go build the Pony Carnival ship. Oh, no, ship construction. Here are the kinds of ships we can build. Similar to the characters, there are engineering ships, science ships, and tactical ships. We have a tactical ship, a rogue. I believe Eric Spanky Geithner was an engineer, so let's give him an engineering ship. A knight is going to cost us this many crew and this much dark matter, and it's going to take this many days to build. Oh, here, we press this button to do it. We now, just like in XCOM, have queued up this event. In 3 days, our knight is going to be constructed. We have now, have we done that mission? Oh, I guess that mission doesn't get done until we actually finish it. Yeah. Explore room in the Starbase. Let's do that next. Now, you will note it's day 1, 8 in the morning. This is a real-time game. Watch what happens when I hit the space bar. Whoa, look at that. It's just like XCOM. Okay, let's go back to, I have hotkeys queued up for this one. I'm not using the hotkeys. Base, F2. Let's explore this mysterious alien base. What does that mean? Well, see these little unexplored areas? Whoops. We can send an officer to basically go in here and dig for resources, and he might get in combat when he's doing that. Let's see. So Eric Spanky Geithner does not have a ship to command yet, so let's send him to explore. Here's something I don't know. These that all say task available, I can send someone to explore these. I can add an officer, right? This that does not say task available, I can't do. Yeah, why can't I explore this? Well, it makes sense that I can't because it's not connected. But look, this is connected. This is adjacent to this building here. Why can't I explore this one? It looks like I can. What? No officers available? Why can't... Here you were seeing the limits of my familiarity with this game. But look, tasks available here. Now, how come... I don't know. So it's his stats, and I don't know, this is something, we could check the manual, but the game doesn't have a manual. What do these stats mean? What does this bar mean, being so full in the center here? Yes. Like, does it have to do with his stats? It looks like it does. And what do these stats do? Right? Like, what good is it that he has an engineering of 30, but a diplomat skill of 10? I don't know. If there's a manual, I would check. There's no manual. If there were tooltips, I would know. What does fuel do? Nothing in the tooltip. What is dark matter for? Oh, no tooltip. No tooltip. Nothing. So this game is something you'll find a lot of the time with indie games. It's a game made by people who already know how to play it. They're too busy doing things, making the game, to actually document it for people like me who don't know how to play it. So you might have questions like this while you're playing Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. They will not be answered for you. Maybe you'll have to Google a wiki or some such thing that might pop up eventually. The developer, by the way, as long as I'm going to say mean things about them, I should say who they are. They are, as I mentioned, some folks in Toronto. There are 6 fellows that form a company called Massive Damage. They have previously made a free-to-play iOS game about killing zombies. It's called Please Stay Calm. And I have no idea if it's awesome or terrible. This is, I think they've made other games, but those are the only 2 they're willing to admit to on their website. This and Please Stay Calm. Build the Officer Academy, we got that underway. Unlock a 3rd officer once we get... All right, so we're just going to run time now, because we have everybody working. MWT Bones points out something that I probably missed. He says this requires a higher level officer. Does it say that anywhere? Yes, thank you so much, MWT Bones. All right. So it's clearly spelled out right there. MWT Bones has the superpower of being able to read text on the right of the screen. Very good, MWT Bones. Thank you for that. And I guess that's probably gating. I can't zoom out, by the way. Why is this structured? Is this supposed to be a shape of something? I can't really tell. I guess it's the shape of our base. It's gating how far out you can go and in which directions. And are there different things that you find, or is each one just empty and you build something in it? I don't know the answer to that yet. When we clear this out, we'll get some resources. XCOM 2 works that way as well. All right, I'm going to the star map. I'm going to run time, and let's just see if things happen. Day 2 already, nothing happening. All quiet on the Halcyon 6 front. Look, our exploration team is going to have ground combat. Here's where... Wait a minute. Do I not get buddies helping me? Yes, okay. So here's Eric Spanky Geithner, an engineer, fighting a fledgling Skrill hatcher. Here are its attacks. It's vulnerable to beam attacks. It's resistant slightly to electricity. Here are Eric Spanky Geithner's powers. Let's give some officers. Yeah, let's get J.C. Lebedev in there to help fight. And we have cadets. They are unnamed. We'll add one. We're going to deploy here, and you're going to see some turn-based combat. Very JRPG. Here, down here, in order of... There's a stat called speed. Can I see their stats? It looks like I can't. Yeah, well, speed, I presume, organizes who goes in what order, which is down here. It's pretty typical. So right now, it is Jean-Claude Lebedev's turn. He has these abilities. And the abilities, you will see they can inflict a condition. For instance, the Phaser Blast has a 75% chance to blind its target. Blinding has an effect. What is the effect of blinding? Doesn't say. No tooltip here to tell me. Oh, can I right-click? There we go. Nope, that doesn't help. Wait, where's the Phaser Blast? This is Eric Spanky Geithner's screen. Okay, why does he have Phaser Blast? Does everybody just have Phaser Blast? Precision shot, shrapnel grenade, point blank. Oh, Phaser Blast. Right in front of me. Okay. Well, it doesn't tell me what blinded does, which is unfortunate because I'd like to know that. Eventually, I guess we'll learn this stuff. But one thing you will note, some of the stats can take advantage of, like for instance, if I have something that inflicts confused on this fledgling Skrill hatcher, then Jean-Claude Lebedev's point blank 1 skill will exploit the confused state and do extra damage. It's very clear too about how much damage that'll do, but let's find out. So we can here inflict blinded, exposed, and bleeding. Let's see if anybody over here can take advantage of those things. Wait, how do I get this down? I want to look at my other dudes. Exploit shocked. Nope. Wait, how can I... There we go. Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong character. Inflicts exposed. Exploits afflicted. No. So we don't really have any matchup of inflicts and exploits at this point. So we'll just go straight up to damage. Oh, beam damage. This guy is uniquely vulnerable. Remember, he's got 50% vulnerability to beam damage. So let's smack him with a beam. Look at this. I love this. 85% chance to hit. That's great. Would normally be 95, I guess, but he's got an evade stat. We normally do this amount of damage, but because of his vulnerability, look at that. Sweet. We get to know this. I like that a lot. So let's shoot it. Eric Geithner says cadets equal red shirts. Eric Geithner, you just hold your tongue there, young man, because you'll find out differently in just a moment. Do we have a beam attack here? Look at a mechanical attack. Drone takedown. It can expose someone. I like these kind of things. There are a few of these I've seen so far. If he uses smoke out, it will apply afflicted. And I'm pretty sure I recall afflicted means... Actually, I thought it meant you do less damage, but a cracked shield doesn't imply that to me. At any rate, it will apply afflicted, 100% chance to this guy, but there's a 15% chance that I will afflict myself. So that's a tough decision right there. And there's his basic healing skill. So he's kind of a cleric. I guess 16 to 26 does the most damage. Let's hit him with that. These are plenty cute, by the way, these little attack animations. Now, here's who Eric Geithner said was a red shirt. Okay, well, watch this, first of all. Let's have him finish this guy off. What's his other? 7 to 12 biological damage, and has a lower chance to hit, so we'll use the laser pistol. Yeah, how many red shirts get the killing shot, right? Administer the killing blow. All right, we got some materials in dark matter. Check this out. Oh, I thought our cadet was going to level up. Well, at any rate, JC Lebedev leveled up. We have a skill point to spend, and here is a skill tree. Now you were... Oh, shoot a monkey. What just happened? Oh, what? I don't know. Okay, we're resuming what we were doing. That happened while we were exploring the room. Let's go back here. So this little tree of skills, these are the ones we started with. These are ones that other guys could have started with. So when you re-roll a character, I don't know if these skills are random, if these stats are random. Furthermore, I don't know what they do, so I don't care. But your starting 4 skills are random. We can't unlock the next level of one until we get to level 4, so we're just going to add new skills. Oh, I like this backstab maneuver. And I think are these all space skills? No, because some of these, is it ground on the bottom, space on top? I don't really know how it's organized. Well, backstab maneuver, I'm pretty sure is just a space thing. It is pretty cool. I'm going to take it. Yeah, space combat power, it says right there. And you'll note, like this one, some of them have a cooldown. What's the difference between cooldown and recovery? Cooldown is how long before he can use it again. Recovery is how long the inflict ability lasts. I don't know. All right, so we're still digging. Oh, wait. We've got Eric Spanky Geithner's leveled up. Broadside salvo, quick tune-up, another cleric ability, or ramming speed. Look at that extra damage, but you apply a hull breach to yourself 40% of the time. Let's go with that. That sounds nice and dramatic. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, Eric Geithner has an order. He's digging. Jean-Claude Lebedev does not have an order. He can do something. So let's real quick go to this map, and I think here's a refinery, and this is how every game I've played so far has started out. We click on the refinery. We can send a fleet here, which we're going to do. We're going to select one of our ships, the Tom Chick starship R. Holt, commanded by Jean-Claude Lebedev, is going to launch towards this Ghost Head Nebula. We flew over there. Text. It's telling us there's a refinery here, and the overseer says they're in here. They thought they were lost, and they're going to stay there and produce fuel if we want them to. Otherwise, we can evacuate the facility and have the people come back to our base, and they won't make fuel. Right now, things seem secure, so we're going to have them keep making fuel. We picked up some fuel from them, and now we come back. So they're going to periodically make fuel, 2 fuel per day, as you can see here. They can store up to 25, and we can shuttle over there and pick it up. Actually, did I pay fuel to do that mission? I'm not sure. All right, we flew back. We now have our new ship. We are putting Eric Spanky Geithner in charge of it. And we're going to go punch some pirates, I think, in a minute. Now you will note on our notifications, let's see, we know that promotion. This just happened. We detected these survivors out here at Cat's Eye, which is the name of this star system. No, it's not. Where's Cat's Eye? One way to find out. Look. Here is Cat's Eye. It is a pulsar. They supply dark matter. Good to know. We can send a fleet. And look how much fuel it's going to cost. Look how much we have. That seems to me a reckless use of fuel. Alex Chapman says, is this supposed to be a long campaign a la XCOM? Or a short campaign like FTL or somewhere in the middle? That's a good question, Alex. I'm not sure. I was assuming that it was a long campaign. But I could be wrong. Maybe a little shorter than an XCOM. But because it doesn't have the randomization of FTL, as near as I can tell, with the map layout and the empires and these, we'll find out. I was going to say, because I assumed that a lot of this stuff might proceed the same way every time, it's probably not built to be as replayable as something like XCOM or FTL, but I actually don't know if that's the case or not. And I'm just basing it on the fact that every time I've started, there have been pirates here, there have been the New Terran Federation around this area, and some aliens down here who come and visit you. And I'm not seeing them now, so maybe that does vary. So, at any rate, the answer, Alex Chapman, is I'm not sure. All right, so our guy came back, and then it stopped time. Explore room. What are these? Are missions. Let's see what we have next in Explore room in the Starbase. We're doing that. We'll do that, and we'll do that. All right, we can't do those yet. Our other missions are fly out there, which costs 14 fuel. We're not going to do that yet. Hunt down pirates. Let's do that. How do we do that? I think we have to fly out into this area, which we do by clicking on an area. Let's see. So these asteroids look like, yeah, they're a feature. So all of these are features that you can send a fleet to. Like I can go to Ursa, or I can go to this fleet stationed around Ursa. And is it going to tell me, where's the fuel cost? Why am I not seeing that? Oh, yeah, there's the fuel cost, right? So basically it looks like you pay fuel to do missions. You use materials and tech to expand your base and do research. And crew is, I believe, something you use to build starships. Okay, maybe explore this. I wonder if that's worth doing. Planetary stars generally hold non-extreme characteristics that act as natural environments for life-sustaining planets. If they contain a colony, they'll produce crew. Let's check it out. And let's send both ships, because why not? It's only going to cost 6 fuel. I don't know what determines fuel expenditure. I was assuming distance. That's got to be right. Distance, right? All right, let's launch there. Oh, nice. Very good. So it's reminding me, this dude is digging. Are you sure you want to send him to do that? No. So we'll just have J.C. Lebedev in the R. Holt go alone. And just now, just after the other fleet leaves, Eric Spanky Geithner finishes excavating this place here. So we are now going to build in this place an officer academy. No, we aren't, because it costs 350 materials, which we don't have. And this is very similar to XCOM 2 as well. It's going to take 7 power. We've got 60 power, and we're using 60 power. So the first thing we need to build is a diothrium reactor. Of course, diothrium being a substance that produces 20 power. And I guess now we'll have Eric Geithner, excavate a new room. Why not? And come back to the map and just let time run. Did we find nothing here? Okay, so it's not like you fly somewhere and explore it. Huh, so that was a waste of a bunch of fuel. Here's fleets we could go attack. Look, there's only one ship. That's a tough ship. Let's go beat up this weak ship here. Right, okay, so it's saying he stationed Gruz. That's the name of it? Yeah. Man, Eric Geithner, you are just doing a great job digging. Okay, we're going to fight a space pirate. Not a terribly epic battle. And we don't have much by way of complementary powers here, so look at this. Teleport explosives, it's a damage over time thing. And now look, I love this as well. We can see the little tooltip saying, hey, he's got sabotage, which does damage over time. All right, what's our big hit? 68 to 109, 68 to 109. What are the differences here? They both have a 103% chance of hitting. This will disable his ship, whereas this will just take his sensors offline, which I think reduces his chance to hit. And I think disable makes him lose a turn. We'll find out. I guess the disable did not fire off. They only have like a 75% chance. How come he got 2 attacks in a row? I'm not happy with that. Alright, this will finish him off. Eric Geithner claims he's the best digger, and he's making digging great again. So we beat up a pirate. What do we get from that? XP and some materials. We also get a slightly broken ship. Returning home, I guess, doesn't require fuel, right? If I was a game developer, that's how I do it. Wait a minute. Did it just spend fuel? Did I just gain fuel, actually? I just gained 1 fuel. Why is that happening? I bet there's a building. It's giving me fuel. All right, here's our diatherium reactor. Additional 20 power, so now we can build in this empty spot. Oh, we can't because we don't have enough materials. All right, how do we get more materials? Well, okay, did that 1 fuel come from? Where are we getting? What looks like it would give us 1 free fuel? I don't know. Maybe I was wrong about that. Because it seems like if you ran out of fuel, you couldn't go out and find more fuel. Corky suggested the guy got 2 turns in a row during that last battle because maybe it disabled my ship. Could be Corky. I wonder, too, if it's a matter of speed. Like, the speed dictates not only the order you go, but how frequently you get to take a turn, right? That's my guess, but you might be right. I might have been disabled. All right, let's see. Eric Geithner has nothing to do. Let's go ahead and put him in his ship and then fly out and do things that will require 2 ships. So that would be ship management, right? Oh, he is assigned to the ship. I guess as long as the ship is here awaiting orders, he can be sent to dig. Now, you will note this thing is damaged. We're going to repair it as soon as it arrives. Now it arrives. And then we go here. Oops, nope, Starship Management. And then we repair it, and it costs some dark matter. So, now we have a fleet of 2 powerful ships led by 2 awesome officers. Let's send them to punch something. Yeah, we now have 13 fuel, whereas before we only had 12. Something is giving us a steady drip of 1 point of fuel per day, it looks like. Let's check the tooltip and find out where that's coming from. It doesn't tell us. All right. Now you will note here, by the way, look at this refinery building up fuel over time. Let's go punch these pirates, because I don't like them sitting there. Look at this guy, a pirate officer. What's over here? Whoa. All right, 2 ships. All right, this pirate officer, let's punch him by sending Eric Geithner and, oh, Knight. We can't have this called the Knight. That's ridiculous. We do not want a ship called Knight. Let's see. Ship management. Rename ship. Let's see. And Andrew Griffin says, aren't you getting fuel from the refinery you discovered? Andrew Griffin, let me check that in a second. He might be right. Let's see. Oh, the Pony Carnival, we said we're going to name this, of course, because he was the 4th guy to speak up in the chat channel. The TCS Pony Carnival. Tom Chick Starship. Pony Carnival. I do want to look at that. So I was assuming, because this says +2 per day, I'm assuming it loads up in the reserves until we go pick it up. I don't think there's any indication. Yeah, there's no way to just look at the refinery. I don't think there's any indication that it's actually sending fuel directly to me. My guess is somewhere in this base. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in here, I'm assuming something is dripping fuel. It's certainly not that, because it was happening before. Maybe it's just the base itself. Just gives you 1 fuel per turn so you don't get stranded. Oh, could it be a Terran Starship hangar? What does this do? You will note, by the way, look at this. Look what I can do with dark matter. I can upgrade the specifics of, like, for instance, the Knight, that engineering ship. If we get a Blitzer upgrade, it gets additional aim and speed. And it happens to all Knights. Or we can give the Knight a Juggernaut upgrade. Gives additional hull and damage. But you have to spend an officer has to spend 15 days doing it. Which is why we want to get more officers. Officers are basically, I think, your action bottleneck. Alright, let's go punch this big thing right here. Let's gang up on him. It's going to take us 8 fuel, so we're going to have to do a fuel trip to the refinery after this, I'm assuming. JC Lebedev says, what kind of game doesn't have tooltips? Quite irritating. I am with you 110%, JC Lebedev. So, massive damage. As I mentioned, they're in Toronto. A year and a half ago, March 2015, they launched a Kickstarter for this. and they were asking for $40,000. They easily met their target. They exceeded it. They made about 4 times their target. They came in with $150,000 of support for this game. Before that, however, they received, wait, no, that's not right. Their Kickstarter was, oh, I lied, way better. Okay, so their goal was $40,000, and they came in with $187,000. So by more than 4 times, they exceeded their goal. This is a year and a half ago. They just fell short of their stretch goals for a PS4 version and some kind of multiplayer. I have no idea what they would have done with multiplayer with this. But being in Canada, they have the advantage of a government that believes in supporting creative endeavors. So before the Kickstarter, they had $150,000 they received in 2014 from basically the Canadian Cultural Ministry, or technically as an Ontario, like a provincial division of that in Ontario that supports projects like this. They got $150,000. I believe it's a grant under the stipulation that they get other, at least they match that funding from other sources. And I think they're also stipulated that they of course have to be located in Ontario. But I don't think it's a loan. I could be wrong about that. But at any rate, this is partly the product of Canadian tax dollars. So thank you, Canada. We appreciate that. All right, we're going to punch this pirate here with, let's see, what is it vulnerable to? Propulsion and engines down. These are its 2 attacks, which are nothing to write home about. Basically, in these early combats, all we're doing is trying to minimize damage to ourselves so that we don't have to spend as much dark matter repairing ourselves. All right, so let's see. Do we have I don't think we have a complementary. Yeah, I don't think we have a complementary, like, 1-2 punch we can do with inflicting a condition and then exploiting it. Engines down. Oh, this guy would, okay. This ship would love to exploit engines down. Do we have an engines down here? No, we don't. Oh, yeah, here we go. This. All right, so we do a crippling shot, and then we follow it up with a flak barrage. Ooh, or a ramming speed. All right, good. So we do have a little 1-2 shot. So crippling shot. Look, engines down. I'm conditioned to look at that lock and think whatever's under this icon doesn't apply yet. Like whatever's under this lock icon, you can't have it yet. But it means engines down. So a reduction in speed. I guess they get to move less frequently. Alex Chapman says he received a grant from Ontario a few years ago, and he had to repay it when they didn't meet their employee targets. Ouch, that must have been painful. So now that their engines are down, let's go to ramming speed and look at what it's going to, the information it's going to give us. Look at this, 143 to 225 plus 99 because it's vulnerable. And so is this number folded into this? Yeah, it's got to be, right? Because otherwise ramming speed is normally 71 to 128. But here, yeah, so it's doubled. Haha. What's that? Is that energy field? All right. So he doesn't have a 1-2. Energy field would have exploited vulnerable condition, but he has nothing that can make us vulnerable. Normally, as they will line up, I'm assuming the maximum is 3 versus 3. But as they line up ships, the different ships have sort of complementary, they can have, complementary abilities. Now, you will note, oh look, I'm going to go twice in a row. I'm guessing that's a speed thing. All right, I'll take it. We'll backstab him. Haha. So let's see, what does disabled mean? It means the ship is disabled. Thank you, Tooltip. I'm guessing, oh look, he misses a turn. Oh, good lord. He's not going to get to go ever. Poor guy, I almost feel bad for him. So our ramming speed is on cooldown. However, we can exploit engines down with this flak barrage. That was really unfair to that poor little pirate ship. Alex Chapman does say that his effects are cooler than our effects. We got some more materials, which we need for our officer academy. A map was retrieved from the pirate ship's computer before they were destroyed. They were en route to the pulsar. There are records of some kind of treasure hoard of stolen dark matter. It's likely guarded. We can investigate and try to retrieve the dark matter for ourselves. I'd rather find materials, but that's fine. Now, where do we see this? That must be what this is, right? Yeah, okay, they're going to this pulsar, Kylum. I believe that's Latin for sky. Now, what if we wanted to go down there? Look, we've got 6 fuel. We don't have enough fuel. Rats. So we have to go home. So it looks like fuel are kind of your action points. All right, how do we send the fleet home? Yeah, return home. Look, +1. We're also getting dark matter. All right, so we've got some sort of a dark matter and fuel income drip from something. Let's go pick up these 14 fuel. Send a fleet. We only need to send 1, right? Oh, I like this. Thank you for the reminder, because I was thinking, oh God, do I want to bother backing out and repairing it? It's too much of a hassle. It's no big deal. So I like this. Thank you so much for giving me that dialogue. Transfer 14 fuel to the fleet. Leave the system. Eric Geithner, I should have sent him digging. I wonder, should we send... I was going to say, should we spend 15 days upgrading a ship in the hangar? But I don't think so, because once our officer academy is completed, we need to send him to train. So let's just go ahead and have Eric Geithner dig some more. Eric Geithner, make digging great again. It's what an engineer does, right? Alex Chapman makes a very trenchant point. He says, you would think sending 2 ships would double the fuel requirement, but it doesn't. And obviously a gameplay decision they made, right? Is they don't want to penalize you for sending more of your ships into combat. They don't want to make it more difficult to do well, I guess. All right, just go back to the map. I'm hitting, so let's see, what are these? Event queue. What are the, oh yeah, missions. All right, we're just going to let time run. Whoa, 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 whoa. These guys were doing nothing, and I was letting time run. And by these guys, I mean this guy, singular. Should we go down there? So there's actually something that defending it, and it's going to use too much of our fuel. No, let's just take this fleet, send it home. All right, we're going to let time run until... no, we're going to need more materials, so let's go punch this pirate here. And we're going to launch and hopefully get the dialogue saying, hey, do you want to repair your ship? Oh, no, Eric is digging. All right, we got to wait for Eric to finish digging. There. Oh, shoot, I was letting time run. Okay, so this is different. All right, I take back the blather I was saying before about, oh, the map is the same every time. It looks like these are the same, but previously when I played, there's a purple empire down here. Now there's this yellow empire showing up, and these are the collective server thread. What? Well, let's find out. They're going to come talk to us. All right, the collective consciousness, an extremely volatile AI with a history of violence against humans. Normally, only highly trained Federation diplomats communicate with it. But we're going to be communicating. All right, let's talk to these guys. All right, it's a little large on that screen given the resolution here. Very pixelated. Okay, but fine. Robot's talking to us. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure if those choices make much of a difference. Okay. Well, they are an evil AI. I don't handle them with kid gloves. All right, so that was the equivalent of them just establishing contact with us in a strategy game, and we now see the collective has space up here. I don't know if this ever changes. Like, will they expand? Do we conquer them? I don't know the answer. And here's their planet. Oh, no, that's not their planet. What did they say their planet was? I don't know. This is their space at any rate. Are we allowed to just go over there and explore it willy-nilly? Don't know the answer to that either. All right, when I first played and saw one of these coming in, I was like, oh god, I gotta fight it. No, it's just a little diplomatic mission. Rogue Thought, name of the ship. Quaint. All right, let's go punch this guy. Let's beat up on some pirates. Alex Chapman thinks I need to prepare to be assimilated. I know that's a Borg reference. You know what? There, we'll call it First Fleet. I believe that you should own your typos. The First Fleet of the Tom Chick Federation. Okay, we're going to go spend 12 fuel to punch some pirates. And thank you for reminding me to repair. Don't mind if I do. What? Look at this. Federation facility. Wait, come back. Geminga, a star system. I mean, are these randomized? They've got to be. A nebula line. Okay, so defeat enemies here. Oh, it's a refinery. So another refinery. Now, what do we get out of this one? We don't know. All right, well, here's our missions. It's kind of funny how this is the universal symbol for, hey, there's a mission over here, dummy. This game was also developed with the support of something called the Square Enix Collective, which sounds slightly ominous, but it's just Square Enix's, I don't know what you'd call it, program to support indie developers. Right, a jerk pirate, their ability, spray and pray, I guess everybody, that's all they have, spray and pray, just does a little damage. Let's see what this guy gets. A Mark I Corsair has aggravated assault, which can knock our... Oh, no. Yeah, okay, so if another ship could inflict sensors offline, this would be able to take advantage of it. All right, so these guys are just regular shooty pirates. So our 1-2 is a crippling shot followed by a ram. Let's take out the little guy first. Isn't that tactically sound? Because reduce their numbers first, right? I don't know. Do we even want to bother? Ramming speed, it's only got 81 hit points left. Yeah, this should take him out because it only does 53 to 94 damage, but it's going to exploit engines down. So, yeah, no matter what, we kill it here, assuming we make the 91% chance to hit. If, by the way, with a 91% chance to hit, if I click this and this ship evades it, that's obviously a bug they need to patch. Because a 91% chance... what are the odds that would miss, right? That's just... Oh my god! I'm uninstalling this game right now until they patch it. Oh, this game is so broken. I am completely joking about that. Let's see. So it still has engines offline. Can you do anything to take advantage of engines down? No, that will inflict it. Now, what I'd like to know, and it doesn't tell me, if these have cooldown times, I really want to know in the basic tooltip, right? I don't want to have to right-click and see, oh, there's a 6-turn cooldown. You know, I should know that right off that. That's a super important thing about this backstab maneuver. So massive damage, you know, bad on you guys. That don't make me right-click to find out if there's a cooldown time. Yeah, because there's not a cooldown on all of these. So the thing is, this sort of oversight only makes me mad in a game that I like. So there's a double-edged sword going on there. I'm only going to complain about it if I like the game in the first place. All right, let's see. So we'll just harass it. Now, right away, by the way, super hearty sound effects and big splashy visuals. I really like that. It's got for... You know, normally these kind of quaint retro graphics are kind of like cute and restrained and quaint. There's nothing quaint about big old huge splashy effects all over the place. I really like that in this game. All right, so ideally, let's see, we want to save... Oh, good lord, yeah, what has a cooldown? For Pete's sake. And what is a shock mine? Boy, that has a cooldown. It can inflict ship disable. We want that. Fire an EMP mine that temporarily disables the target. Well, yeah, I like the sound of that. Because look, he's going to get a turn here and a turn here. I think if we make our 75% chance to inflict disable, he's going to get knocked off of there, right? Let's find out. Did that say critical hit resisted? I couldn't tell. The text was like completely overwriting each other. Okay. Crippling shot, so we can knock his engines out. Take advantage of this. And now ramming speed. Haha. I like that big old message saying engines down, exploited. Crippling shot again, right? Because he's got another engine down. Alex Chapman says there's a destroyed Death Star in the background. Please, Alex Chapman. That's a moon. Oh, look, we're getting more materials. We need those for our officer academy. I think we need 350. We secured a map. Oh, it looks like, so these are the early kind of quest dispensers. It looks like you kill a pirate and you get a quest somewhere. Oh, we have to bring the fleet back first to decode the map. We can't just like scan an image of it and send a JPEG? All right. Okay, so if we run time now, these guys are just going to sit here parked, which I guess might be part of what you do later in the game, is leave fleets parked out in space. I don't know, but we don't want to do that. We're going to send them home. What is this? Should we go investigate this? I feel like we should. We're out here, right? Let's do it. Oh, wait. We choose the fleet. All right, good. We're a little damaged, but I hope I don't regret this. Oh, pause. Look. Reputation gained. I think that's the same as a level. Oh, see? Okay, here, where I wanted to show Eric Geithner accused the cadets of being red shirts. Not at all, because look. You get crew, and they give additional bonuses to ships. What does known mean? So look here. If we look at our ship management screen, yeah, look. Cadet Lee, this is a named person now. I don't know if I can change his name. Gives us +1 evasion. Whereas here, that guy Shaw gives us +3 aim. So those are the guys that were fighting with us, I believe, when we had ground combat back on the base. All right. Bio readings. Pirates sometimes use monstrous space creatures as guards. I'm not afraid of a monstrous space creature. Oh. Okay, so we have to do an away team. Mage Knight, the worst board game ever designed. As you're walking your dude around, and you can have a party, like an entourage of like followers and whatnot, on the map, you will come to dungeons in Mage Knight, and it's basically like you have to fight. You have to bring limited assets into the dungeon and fight multiple creatures, and it's just a more challenging type of combat. And it's kind of goofy. The idea that you're running around on the main land, but when you go into a dungeon, you can't bring all your dudes with you. I can understand what they're getting at, and it fits a little bit thematically. What they did with Star Trek Frontiers, the Star Trek reskinning of Mage Knight, and this works perfectly. It's you're beaming down to a planet and doing an away team mission. I really like, so there are certain theming bits of Mage Knight that I think are kind of goofy that fit really well with Star Trek Frontiers. The deck management, by the way, to me, represents much better this idea of managing a complex starship with all of its systems than when you're playing a hero and, oh, look, he's only got 1 move card in his hand and 4 attack cards, so it's a great turn to fight, but he can't get all the way over to the guy he wants to fight. Like, that makes no sense when you're like a barbarian or whatever. But as a spaceship, I can sort of understand that. Like, oh, our engineers have us primed to attack, but we don't have the fuel ready. Maybe I'm just apologizing for the fact that I'm enjoying a Mage Knight and a Star Trek game. But it works for me better. Anyway, let's do an away team mission. Look, see? We can add a cadet. Oh, these aren't the named guys. All right, so these are red shirts, Eric Geithner. You were correct. The named guys, I guess, just sit up in the crew. But look, it says level 1. Okay, we're going to level these guys up, right? What is it? Okay, yeah, so here's our deployment. Alex Chapman says, there's only 3 places on the transporter pads. It really does look like that's a limitation of this game's combat system. And I presume by design, right? Is you'll only ever have 3 combatants in a battle on either side. Alex Chapman also wondered that little indicator of known on the ship might have something to do with that captain knowing the ship and getting a bonus. That could be, Alex Chapman. You know what? Let's check the manual and see what it says about that. Uh-huh. There is no manual. Alright, well, this thing is intensifying. A juvenile Borgoth smasher. Let's have a look at him. He can intensify, which is what he just did, and the effect of intensifying is to intensify. Oh, I can right-click. Cooldown recovery. Alright, so intensify, intensify, intensify. It's an intuitive enough term. I like some numbers. Bowling ball. Well, if we are shocked, it will exploit the shock, which just means does extra damage. Is there more to exploiting than... Well, at any rate, hopefully they have no way to shock us, right? Let's continue looking at their abilities. Oh, look, they can... Oh. What? Good lord. Massive damage, you guys. So I was assuming that these guys would be particularly difficult because their shock beam would naturally inflict shock, and then their bowling ball would exploit the shocked. But nope, doesn't look like the case. Shock beam doesn't shock you, it blinds you. Duh. Let's see if they're the same. Yeah. Alright, guys. Let's punch them. What do we have here? We can inflict blinded and bleeding. Let's see if anyone exploits blinded or bleeding. Looks like nothing is going to stack up here, and I'm guessing these guys just have a couple of basics. Oh. Why does he have an engineering ability? Is that just random? I mean, I'm okay with that, but... Alright, so let's just go by the amount... Oh, are these guys vulnerable to... Oh, they resist beams, jerks. So I guess a shrapnel grenade. So in a JRPG, this would affect all enemies, right? So it looks like it seems to imply it does damage over time. Oh, bleeding. Damage over time. Explosion and shrapnel causes bleeding for damage. Alright. Well, it looks like only one person gets grenaded at a time. But I'm okay with that. Maybe later there are powers. Oh, no. It did hurt him. Good. Okay. Ow. Well, now, okay. Shrapnel grenade. Damage. Oh, all enemies. It does tell me. Good. Alright. Thank you for that. Alright, whose turn was it? How can I tell? Oh, yeah, Eric Geithner. Let's see, what are his abilities? We want to avoid beams because they're vulnerable to electricity. Do we have anything electrical? Doesn't look like it. Oh, let's nano repair. No, this only works on self. Eric Geithner, that's really selfish of you to bring along something that only heals you. Personal magnetism. What does that do? It applies personal magnetism. Toughens your defenses while drawing fire away from your fellow officers. Alright. Eric Geithner, how about doing some tanking? Alex Chapman wants to know if a robot can bleed. Is this a robot? No, it's a space monster. But yeah, you would think, right? If we fight robots, like, do they have immunity? If I was a game designer and there were robots, I would give them resistance to bleeding. 100%. Adam Britton, who's just joined us, suggests that artificial persons can bleed. Alright, our red shirt can only do a laser pistol. Oh man, look at that damage. He can basically plink at them with a laser pistol, but I'm getting... Ugh. The drone isn't much better. Well, the laser pistol has a better chance to hit, and even then, 70%, that's nothing to write home about. Well, this one has more damage. What? Now, you'll note when he goes to 0, he doesn't immediately get knocked out. We have a chance to save him. If he gets hit again, where is it? Yeah, he's in critical condition. Any damage done will finish him off. We now have a chance to heal him with our healing abilities, which I don't think we have. So Whose idea was it to not have a science officer? Because I'm assuming they heal. Precision shot, sure. Oh, shoot a monkey. I've passed Request Wednesday time. Okay, after this battle, we're going to go to Request Wednesday, see what we're streaming on Wednesday. Okay, Eric Geithner, who should have been tanking. What do we have? These guys are... Oh, they've intensified. They don't have any negative things. Smoke out. Smoke out to me says something a little different than I think what's being implied. These do terrible amounts of damage. I guess I'm used to looking at the numbers for the spacecraft. There's damage and hit point inflation in the spacecraft. Alright, let's do a drone takedown on this fella. And, dude, you are in really bad shape. This has a greater chance to hit. We might lose a red shirt, but that's what they're for, right? The shirt is not red that way. What was that? Oh, was that Eric Geithner successfully tanking? I don't know. See if we can finish this guy off. The beam would maybe do it, but remember they've got a little resistance to beams. Point blank. This could finish him off. If we get lucky. No, we did not get lucky. That is not... What is that showing me? With the tooltips, hello. Don't put the tooltip behind an... hello, what's going on back there? Come out, tooltip. Can I undo... Wait. There, now I can... Alright, there. Plus 25. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's the bonus from... Oh, and he's blinded, so he doesn't aim as well. Alright, well, I think we can at least finish this guy off. 70% chance to hit. Don't whiff. That's distracting. That says to me he's getting hit by something. Is he? Can't quite tell. I love how slow these guys are, though. Yeah, I don't really know these skills. Nice, with the heavy firepower. Eric Geithner still tanking up here. Oh, Eric Geithner, you're fired. Yeah, the space monster is attacking him. And not doing much damage. Oh, good lord. I don't even know what I'm worried about. As long as he doesn't attack and kill our red shirt. Sweet, blinded. What does that do? Reduction to aim. And this should finish him off, right? Wait, let's check our hit chances. 115% chance to hit. I think we'll take that. Whoa! Where was that before? And it didn't hit. Ah! Oh, look. So sad. That guy could have leveled up, too. Look at him. He's been reduced to this pile of gore. There goes the game's E for everyone rating. Look at that. Blood, bone, a mangled head. It's terrible. Oh, we got, you guys can't, I don't think you can see on my Steam overlay. I got an achievement called the Sacrificial Lamb. What did I get it for? For lose your first green shirt in ground combat. They're called green shirts. That's quaint. Alright, let's go to Request Wednesday now. If you have any votes for Request Wednesday, be sure to get those in. Because I'm now going to bring you guys over to my desktop. Here we go. This is my desktop, right? You guys can see this. All right, here's what is up for Request Wednesday on the list so far. We did get a couple of votes. Let me make sure to add those in. Drawed 4. Don't know what that is. Pony Carn. I actually give him grief about that every week. It's Deadly Rooms of Death 4. Yeah. It's some weird indie thing that actually looks kind of cool. Software Inc. Oh, what a horrible name. Colton W. And then 13th, Pat Bateman. Whoops, let me put the name first. I'm screwing up the format. Factorio. Factorio sounds like the name of a character in a Commedia dell'arte. Any of you English majors will get that. Okay, there we go. We've got 13 choices for Request Wednesday. If anything is missed, let me know. Because in about 20 seconds, there's a little bit of a delay, we are going to go to the random result numbers generator, which is going to pick one number between, that's how you spell that, 1 and 13, oops, at this point, amongst these games, and that's what I'll be streaming tomorrow, I'm sorry, not tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Eric Geithner says, I hope Hitman wins. Eric Geithner, you obviously don't hope that too much because look what I'm seeing right here. This is a little effect that I've applied by tapping the boldface key. The deadline for voting, Adam Britton, you can vote right now. The deadline for voting is in the next 20 seconds because that's the time delay. So make sure, yeah, the deadline is when the vote happens, as Big Herb notes. And then the voting will open again after Request Wednesday. So, and you can also vote at any time by just posting in the comments section for pretty much any video because I get a notification that, hey, someone posted this comment. Just post in a comment section your vote anytime after Request Wednesday. And I'll put that down. All right, so Eric Geithner, you must not hope. He just says he hopes it wins a little less than Wasteland 2. All right, here we go. We have Adam Britton. Do you have a vote? If so, and you guys are welcome to just do a drive-by vote. JC Lebedev is voting for American Truck Simulator. ATS. Richard Fogey is not using the correct format, which would be I vote for, and then the name of a game, but he's voting for Madden 17, I'm assuming that that is a vote, Richard Fogey, and, okay, well, Adam Britton is voting for Titan Quest. Don't know why you would play that and not Grim Dawn. Nostalgia, right? Although I have been curious about it. They just, didn't they offer that for free for a while? But yeah, Titan Quest. And Richard Fogey, Madden 17, I'm not quite sure. I think that is an actual vote, because even Adam Britton didn't do the format correctly. Make sure to write I vote for. Because, for instance, you might be answering a question upstream. Like, hey, what's the game that the Grim Dawn developers made way back when? And then I vote for. Because if you just answered that question, I might assume it was a vote. So, Richard Fogey, I'm putting you down for Madden 17. I think that's a football game. All right, is that even available on Steam? It's an EA game, isn't it? Oh, is that something I would have to stream from the I actually don't have a PS4 hooked up. Well, I could. Madden. Yeah, it doesn't return any Steam. That might end up being a wash if it wins, but we'll find out. Adam Britton says the word mythology. I do not know what that is a reference to, Adam Britton. Okay, here we go. 16. Pick a number between 1 and 16. It has to be a distinct number. We don't want any doubles here. All right, I'm going to do a quick 20-second countdown that won't actually be 20 seconds because I'm going to count more quickly. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, going, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, going, Richard Fogey says not. It's probably not on the PC. Okay, but still, it might win. Going. I mean, I'll buy a game if I have to. Going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Number 1 wins, and that is American Truck Simulator, which actually, there was no doubt this was going to win. Like, it couldn't have been anything else, because look, there are 2 votes. Jean-Claude Lebedev and Chris Markinson voted for American Truck Simulator. It could have either won or not won. You guys know the math, right? 50% chance it was going to win. 50 times 2 is 100. So there's a 100% chance that was going to win. So Wednesday at 7 p.m., I'm sorry, at 6 p.m. Pacific, I will be streaming American Truck Simulator. Oh, yeah. All right. So, Adam Britton says it's a reference, his thing to mythology was a reference to the setting of Titan Quest, which is why it's worth playing. Oh, I see. That's what it has over and above Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn being generic fantasy, frou-fra, and Titan Quest being Greek mythology. Excellent point, Adam Britton. Okay, let's duck back into Halcyon 6: Starbase Commander. Courtesy of Canadian taxes. See, this is what you get. In the U.S., we don't have anything like this. Like, we don't have a culture of a ministry of culture. First of all, we don't have ministries because George Orwell's kind of screwed that name up for the names of government divisions. When I hear Ministry of Culture, that sounds sinister to me. From reading 1984, Ministry of Truth. Ministry. Why would you call something a ministry unless it has some sort of ominous ulterior motive or purpose? Instead, we have like departments of culture. There's not even that here, is there? We don't even have that. Yeah, we don't believe in culture. That's private enterprise. Government wants nothing to do. You don't want to get your government involved in your culture, do you? But at any rate, the Canadian Cultural Ministry, they channel money into this sort of thing. It's Canadians pay basically like 40% of their income goes into various taxes. Here in the U.S., only 30% or so of our income goes into taxes. So we're saving money ultimately. You Canadians, I hope you're happy. This is what you're paying for. All right, let's see. Pony Carnival says we have the National Education Association. It's kind of, I guess they have that in Canada too, but it's distinct from their cultural. Like, don't they have probably a Ministry of Education? And we have the NEA, but really, let's get rid of that. I believe, can we talk politics for a minute? I believe that if you support public education, you are a hypocrite if you don't therefore support state-provided health care. And I mean that 110%. I fully understand if you want health care to be privatized, fine. Absolutely. If you think that that's not something that government should provide, explain to me then why you think government should provide education to everyone, but not health care. Because I don't think you have a leg to stand on if that's the case. And here I am, espousing socialist views on a video game stream. I apologize. Alex Chapman says corporate taxes are a lot less in Canada. Which is an interesting, I did not realize that. I'm going to move quarter to 3 limited LLC. That's actually not a thing. I should probably make it a thing. To Canada then. All right, let's see. What were we doing in this game? We were not talking politics, but I'm happy to continue in this vein, by the way. Adam Britton says, less politics, more Halcyon. Adam Britton, isn't that grammatically incorrect? Shouldn't it be fewer politics? Like, is politics... No, because politics isn't... It's not a discrete... It's not a set of discrete things, is it? It's like a quantity. I think you're right, Adam Britton. I was going to correct your grammar, but I think it would technically be... It wouldn't be fewer politics. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Adam Britton, I completely fumbled trying to correct your grammar. It would be less politics, not fewer politics. Good Lord. All right, yeah, so let's see. Fewer politics, more Halcyon 6. Let's see, where are we? Day 21, start date 21. We've got these guys out here doing something. Let's bring the boys home. And we're going to look at our fuel going up. Where is that coming from? I guess it's just one per day, no matter what. What? Oh, right. Okay, this is a quest we did. Now we've got enough to make our officer academy. We're able to decode the pirate map. Gave us positions of different pirate clans. Yeah, this has happened in every game I've played. Also, whoops. Okay. And we got the dark. Oh, right. Okay, we got. So this now. Look here. These are different pirate clans. The Wraithers, the Corpsers, and the Shriekers. I'm trying to guess which clan would I want to belong to? Not Shriekers, because that just makes it sound like they're hysterical. They exaggerate things. They're just running around shrieking. Corpsers, I could see it having a kind of a cool undead connotation, but the fact that they spell it with a K, I mean, it's the kind of mentality that gives us Mortal Kombat with a K, right? Corpsers, I don't want to be. So I guess just by default, I would have to want to be a member of the Wraithers. Even that, though. Come on, pirates, get better names. You know what? For having dopey names, I'm going to conquer them all. All right, so let's build an officer barracks. So first of all, Eric Geithner has dinged up. We can give him one of these two. Can I show you guys something else that bugs me? So here is, what is this, like 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yeah. Yeah, so there's these skills. I can grab this little bar and, move it up and down. Watch how quickly it scrolls if I roll the mouse wheel. And that's me going to town on the mouse wheel. Seriously? Why is that scrolling so slowly? All right. Okay, so once again, look at this healing skill. It only applies to self. Engineers, when it comes to healing abilities, super stingy. Let's take a broadside salvo. I like the sound of that. Now, our officer academy will be built. So, I'm assuming, and we know what happens when you assume, but I have no choice because there's no manual. I'm assuming there are no adjacency bonuses I need to fuss with. In XCOM 2, that's a big part of building your base. And it tells you, like it says, like that's in the game, in the interface, it shows you that. If there are any adjacency things here that are under the hood or that it's going to reveal later, I'm going to rage quit this game. Not really, but I'll say something mean in the stream if there are any adjacencies. A dark matter multiplier. Oh, materials multiplier. Should I be building that first? No, we want this first. All right. Now we have that underway. It's in the event queue, notifications. I think, yeah, officer, we spent these, right? Yeah, okay. Notifications, I like there's a hotkey for it. Sweet. This is the cadet that died? Yeah, no, what does that mean? Okay, this is bugging me enough that I want to go to ship management and look it up. Is this star? No, where's the tooltip for known? What does known mean? All right, I'm going to try something. Oh, can you only assign... Ah, the class limits what ships they can fly. That kind of makes sense. All right, I was going to assign this commander to this ship and see if that little known thing comes up. And whatever known means, it's not telling me here. Why do we have a -3 evasion? I don't like that. Let me look at something real quick. When you make a ship... Oh. Okay, good. I like the stats seem to be based... Okay, they're base stats for each type of ship. I like that. Good, fair enough. Alex Chapman says, the game doesn't seem particularly challenging so far. Alex Chapman, I'm going super slow with this. And remember, there are difficulty levels, by the way. We're playing at the default difficulty. There are 2 more above it. And if you finish those, you get an achievement. I've also had very few encounters. This is still super early. I'm just a slowpoke when it comes to playing games in front of you guys. But yeah, you're right. So far, it seems pretty easy. All right, so where's that basic? Yeah, here's this quest. We want to do these things. See, look how slowly this is scrolling. We're building this. Once we build this, we can make a third officer and then build a third ship. All right, so while this is underway, I guess punch pirates. I want to see what's up with these. Let's go over here. No, okay, that's just fuel. Oh, so it's a mission. All right, when we get fuel. What? Reserves are full. Okay, we're going to go here, pick up the reserves, and what's over here? Spawn Pit Defense Fleet. There's a oh, these are the troll. Rule. I don't know how you pronounce that. These are the guys that in the difficulty level text, this invasion is affected by the difficulty level. So this is a spawn pit. Look. This is like, what is the race called in Master of Orion that invades you? Are they the Orionites or something? But there's that race there that, and of course, that's a 4X strategy game. And at some point in the game, they start invading the galaxy or the universe or whatever, and you have to fly over their dimension and kill them. So I guess that's what these guys are like. Let's look at their little defense. Okay, these look certainly formidable. Can I right-click and get details on them? I cannot. That's okay. All right, so I don't think there's a... Okay, so we're going to pick up some fuel, and then we're going to go check out what's over here. Potential supply of dark matter. Ooh, and then up here is more fuel. All right, let's do it. Actually, we can't, because you know why? We need Eric Geithner to stay here and get ready to train in the Officer Academy in 3 days. So what we will do is send Richard Holt to pick up the fuel over here. Transfer to fleet, leave system, and return home. And I guess just run time waiting for the Officer Academy to be built. The Officer Academy is now online. So here's what this does. We now can choose, so we already have, look, more rerolls. Can you see their stats? Oh, scrolling so slow. Can you see their stats? So I guess the stats don't vary, it's just what skills they start with. All right. So at any rate, we have a tactical guy, we have an engineering guy. Now let's get our first science guy. Fairfax Torrance is his name. Unlocks an additional officer slot. I guess we can have 3, and this will give us a 4th. Andrew Griffin suggests, he asks, is known maybe the reputation of the ship? Like a reputation up notification. And maybe that's what those stars are. Andrew Griffin, I like the sound of that. That might be right. Look at this. Improve learning habits. A 10% XP bonus for combat. Who doesn't want that one, right? See, what are what is this? Are these the relative importance of their stats? Because, oh yeah, look. Oh, okay, here's my theory. Each of these bars has to fill up in order to accomplish it. And the speed at which a bar fills up is based on the officer's stats. So let's actually check that. So what if we put Fairfax Torrance, we're going to change his name in a minute. He's going to take 10 days. What if we instead put Eric Geithner? 7 days. And he's already got that. Interesting. All right. Wow, it's a good thing this is meticulous. Wait a minute. Not sure what this is showing me, but all right. All right, so 4 days there. What else? We have to see if we can upgrade a ship, maybe. Yeah, we definitely want to do that, although it's going to take... Oh, well, we know that Eric Geithner, Spanky, our engineer, has more engineering juice, so let's send him to make... to upgrade our knight with, I guess, better aim and speed. 2 days. Oh, good lord. All right. Well, look at all the dark matter we have. We definitely want to do this. And then we have. Let's send someone else to dig. 3 days. All right, good. Everybody's busy for a while. Let's real quick change this because I think this is important. Fairfax Torrance. Let's just go ahead and change that to. Let me see who was the 5th person to jump in. It looks like Colton Westrate, which, by the way, that's a great name for an NPC. We're going to make him a former lawyer. JC Lebedev wants to know if there was a tutorial. Yes, there was. And it was pretty straightforward. All right. Oh, so everybody's working. They're not. I thought exploring. I thought the shovel meant, yeah, they were exploring, which is like digging out a new area. But it looks like the shovel just means, hey, they're doing some sort of job at the station. All right. So let's run time for 4 days. Here we go. And we've got these events queued up. So, oh shoot. Okay, yeah. A leecher in the area. Is this our new little dude? Hunt them down or leave them alone for now. I don't know. I'm okay with hunting them down. Can we bring our other dudes, even though they're a bit... Oh, man. I guess they aren't busy. Seriously? Like, the other guy can't, like, leave officer training? Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm okay with that. All right. How much do we just screw ourselves? This guy is... what are his stats? Can I not, like, see how many hit points and whatnot he's got? I guess I can't. Well, he's vulnerable to mechanical. I'll take that. But this is a science person. All right, well, let's do that. It's not like we can flee. Ouch, that hurt. Spike Twirl. Hopefully that's on a cooldown. Yes. All right, what do we have then with Colton Westrate, our science officer? Oh, let's see. He's vulnerable to mechanical stuff. And he's resistant to psionics. This is how you pronounce that word, psionics. As I learned in junior high playing D&D. We don't have a mechanical thing, do we? No. So, let's see. And these guys just have the crappy little... Oh, running gun. That's new, isn't it? They can inflict blinded. Do they both have that? They don't. Interesting. So the green shirts have different abilities. All right. Okay. Oh, I like this. I'm assuming this heals everyone. Wait, does it heal everyone? Increase your team's speed. Well, yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's tank up on some battle stems. Everybody... Yeah, everybody take drugs. That was pretty impressive. 80% chance to hit, 5 to 8 damage. Whoops. Or 70% chance to hit. Oh, plus. Oh, damage over time. Yeah, let's get this thing bleeding. Adam Britton says it's unfair to have a 3v1 for this poor space juvenile. He's a juvenile too. Poor little guy. Juvenile leecher soldier. I like to inflict blinded. Let's blind this thing. Yeah, is that doing... Okay, I thought that was just me. Is that... Oh, shoot. Oh, you can retreat. I thought that was just my earphones. Yeah, so... Let me see. All right, there. That should have turned it down a little bit, and I'll do it again once I get to the main menu, which I can't access from here, because if I hit escape, nothing. I couldn't even quit out right now if I wanted to. I'd have to Alt-Tab out and end process. Okay, exploits bleeding. Look, he's bleeding. See how I carefully set this up? Blood drive. Oh, allied transfusion. What does that mean? Capitalize on free-flowing blood. May heal your allies through transfusion. 50% chance. Yes, here we go. Because these guys need some. I don't know what. I don't think I transfused any blood there. Okay. Oh, look how many turns we get to go. Good. Drop isotopes. Afflicted means I think he does less damage. That's what it looks like when you drop isotopes on someone. Alright, no stats. Oh, here's our only option. I'm guessing this has no cooldown. Yeah. Oh, Colton Westrate. Good lord, look at, he's bleeding. He has psychic space fever. Oh, he is getting a transfusion. Good. Unit healing 200. Okay. And battle stems. All right, good. Still, psychic space fever. That doesn't sound good. Do you guys know in what movie we learned about the scientific basis for space madness? You guys remember that? Look at all the turns we get before he goes. This is what happens when you do drugs. See? Winners take drugs, because we're about to win. Ugh. So we don't just keep missing. That's how you irradiate a space leecher. Well, what? Why did it get a turn? I'm not okay with what just happened. Was there some damage over time effect? I guess that was its bleeding? I don't know. Alright, well, we'll show this thing a thing or two. Yeah, take that. Okay, I think that was a miss. Look, it's blinded, so it has a reduction to aim. Do we want to do more battle drugs? No, because I think we can finish this guy off. Look at that gore. All that blood. We got some dark matter out of that. And that was Colton Westrate. While he was digging, that happened. So here's the thing. I can't click on confirm anywhere. Like, what if I'm like, yeah, keep exploring the room. What am I supposed to click on to continue? Well, you wouldn't really know this. It's an interface thing, but if I right-click there, there's nothing saying, yeah, right-click to continue. It'd be nice to have a button, guys. Alright, let's continue on. Spacebar. Oh, wait, yeah, notifications. Okay, good. We've just improved our night ships. Let's see. Does Eric Geithner want to... Yeah, look at all this dark matter we've got. What is our other ship? It's a rogue, right? We can improve the rogue's aim and... yeah, okay, so improve the rogue's aim and hull. So these are basically stat improvements. It's not like it unlocks new abilities or anything. But that's okay. I like stat improvements. God, look how slow that scrolls. Ugh. Is it my mouse wheel? What's going on there? Aim and hull, damage and evasion, or aim and hull. I will take a bonus to aim and hull. 7 days. Why does that take so long? Didn't he do something in 3 days earlier? Space Madness is actually Armageddon. Steve Buscemi catches Space Madness. But out in Britain, it says it sounds like Dark Star. It does, doesn't it? What is this notification? Officer promoted. Oh, shoot. He was sitting on a skill point that whole time. And, of course, we want to spend it on... How do you pronounce this word? Ablative? It's got to be ablative, right? It's not a word I say out loud, ever. Nano Restoration, all allies. And see, that's how you heal, Eric Spanky Geithner, engineer, is you apply healing to others. Stasis Lock? Okay. Ablative Field inflicts an ablative field. Ablative field. Whatever. And what is an ablative field? Oh, it's a ship. Surrounds the ship with a defensive shield. Well, let's take this right here, this healing thing. All right. Where now are we? We're just running time, going back to space, and in space, hitting space, the space bar. We have a situation at the Officer Academy. What? The students managed to get their hands on one of the top secret Federation officer teachers' manual. There's a crisis in morale. Interesting. Oh, good. Thank you, game. Okay, this is cool. I'll show you guys. So, Jean-Claude Lebedev is an optimist. What is this? Fund immediate rewrite. So the fact that this is in parentheses implies to me when I click on it, it's going to give me more information. Because I want information, by the way. What does this mean? Fund an immediate rewrite? How much is that going to cost me? Cull the whiners? How much is that going to cost me? So I'm going to click on this, obviously. Remind me to show you about the optimist. And I'm assuming this is going to give me more information before I'm locked in. Okay, good. So, whether impossibly... Okay. So, this just gives... wait a minute. Is this my only option? Can I hit escape and back up? I can't write... Oh my god. I can't do... Oh, you stupid nerf. I'm going to rage quit this game right now. Oh, so dumb. Yeah, so all I can do is acknowledge I'm locked in. I couldn't see what the other options gave me. And if I'd wanted to check those other options to see what they were, I'm wondering, it probably would have done the same thing to me. Oh, you jerk game. Again, I only get mad at this stuff when I like a game. So, alright, well at least we... Alright, so we got a promotion. We can spend a skill point. Look at this thing. I want this Doom Cannon. It's epic. Of course I want it. And we have two things we can buy. Oh, look, we're almost level 4, and we can start working our way farther up the skill tree. Fire at will, which makes us vulnerable, but inflicts engine down. All right. Weapon supercharge. I like the sound of that. Adam Britton says ablative. Ablative. MWT Bones guests Darkstar, Silent Running, Pandorum, etc. Oh, Pandorum. I could watch that movie many times over. And it's not even good. I'm just going to say 2 words about Pandorum. Those words are Angie Trow. Alright, back to space. Hit the space bar. We've cleared out a section. Let's acknowledge. We're waiting for one more event. Oops, aren't we? Yep, improved learning habits. Alright, acknowledge that. And now, let's go punch some ships. I already spent that, didn't I? I did. Oh, also, wait a minute. We want to build a 3rd ship because that's part of the other quest we had. So ship construction. We want, of course, a science ship. The Acolyte is the only... Hey, let's see real quick. Let's go to tech research. Science ship. Let's research a disciple. And then let's go ahead and build that instead. Because whereas before we'd only build that, now we could build... What are the differences? Different abilities. See at different costs. Well, this is a little odd. So, one slightly more expensive with crew, the other slightly more expensive with dark matter. Hit points, pretty much similar. Aim, similar. This one's better at evading, and it's fast. Damage 29 to 62. This one doesn't evade as well. It is faster. It does more damage. It looks suspiciously to me like this is obsoleting this one. I could be wrong about that. I'm sure once I looked more closely at these, I would know more whether or not that were the case. But let's build a disciple. We're constructing the disciple, and that will give our 3rd officer a ship to drive around in. And in the meantime now... so these are kind of gimmies, because look, it's just a couple of... Well, that's actually good. I was going to say it's just a couple of weak ships. Some of them are weaker than others. Alright, these look easy. Alright, let's go punch one of these. And here we go. Whoops. Dadgummit. Eric Geithner was doing something. Okay, if we send Eric Geithner off and he comes back, I'm not going to take a chance. Oh shoot, I can't. I was going to kick Eric Geithner off of it and then put our other new guy into it, but a scientist can't drive an engineering ship. You know what? We'll wait. It's fine. Okay, here's a mission. We have to send a fleet here. Something about Federation. Asteroid fields are potential supply of materials. We want those, because that's been a bottleneck. Alright, well, we're waiting for Eric Geithner to free up what he's doing. Look at these missions are piling up. Maybe I should be doing these. Look, these jerks are expanding, I bet. There's a colony up there. Alright. It's a little bit of a strategic resource thing going on. I do like that. Alright, so we finished this. What do we win? Oh, such slow scrolling. It looks like our reward for this is Bupkis. Yeah, looks like I did not get anything for that. MWT Bone says the number of lazy shortcut / failures of basic technique in the art and presentation are making him twitch. He says it's like they had a half-decent artist for a bit, and they farmed everything out to the cheapest contractors possible. Yeah, there are definitely some things here that are bothering me a fair bit as well. But like I said before, they're bothering me because I kind of like what they're doing. Ah, timed. Wait, are these places where... Oh, cool. Okay, so we had a mission, and these guys arrive, and it looks like now, yeah. Are these ships... I don't know if these guys are punchable or super tough. So I'm assuming there's going to be a hard fail state at some point where we get invaded by these jerks. Do they always start up here? Do they start other places? I don't know the answer to that. Alright, well now we can send 2 ships. So, okay, let's beat up one of these weaker fleets. Here we go. We are going to take, let's see, we have... Yeah, we're going to take that off and then put in our disciple. We need to send an officer there first. There. And the idea about this known thing, that star, like this doesn't have a star there. So whatever that star represents, I'm sure it's explained in the manual, this doesn't have and this does have. Which I think the earlier guess it has something to do with the officer working with the ship, maybe? Maybe it's ship reputation, but ship reputation amongst whom? I don't know. Alright, we're going to go beat up Willa's Wraithers. Okay. Computer's giving us information that what... I don't know why it is showing me this, but I'm just going to back out of there, and I'm going to run time. Here we go. Whoa, 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 how come those guys get to shoot first? Jerks. Alright. I really wish I could get more stats on these. Like, why is this lining up this way? Like, shouldn't this give me a tooltip on speed? No, whatever. Alright, so what do we got here? We can inflict ship disable, and exploit sensors, inflict engines down, exploit vulnerable. What do we have here? Inflict crew panic, exploit weapons disruption. Alright, so nothing overlaps, so we're just going to start punching things. At least we can heal, right? Crew panic does what? We don't know. Doesn't tell us. One way to find out. Oh, let's see if we know what they're vulnerable to. Oh, we're going to beat up this little one first. Vulnerable. I think this was the case before. I'm assuming... So it looks like this vulnerability and resistance thing is consistent with certain quote-unquote races, and this is what pirates have. Alright, I like the idea of weapons disruption. That implies to me he's not going to be able to fire. Oh, wait, no, wait. Adaptive armor. There. Sweet. All right, so I have hull reinforced against all types of damage and healing of base damage over 3 rounds. All right. So is this a 3-turn healing over time thing? In which case, awesome. All right, let's punch that little ship with this right here. Backstab maneuver. Graphic perfectly illustrates backstabbing. And he is disabled. Good. All right, I don't know what's going on there. Let us see if we can finish off this guy here. So he got 2 turns in a row, which I presume is a function of his speed. What is his speed? Let's check. Oh, it doesn't show it anywhere. All right. Okay, we're going to do this teleport explosives, which is a damage over time thing. That's super loud again, isn't it? Sorry, I meant to fix that. There, that might help a little bit. Here's another thing. I hate this drives. Well, in RPGs where you're spending a resource to heal your units or your characters between battles, and you also have an in-battle way to heal yourself, it does this weird thing where it promotes, look, I should probably draw this battle out a little bit so I can use this to heal and then not spend resources in the main level. Like, it always seems like a disconnect to me. Why can't I use my nano restoration field after the battle's over? Why can't I only use it when something's shooting at me? I mean, obviously a gameplay balance thing, but that just always strikes me as weird. Adam Britton has to go to work. That's really sad. Adam Britton, thank you for being here. Enjoy work. Why would I do this? Supercharge your weapons for an extra 150% damage for the next round. Skip it. That doesn't seem efficient to me. Skip 1 turn, casting this, to then make 1 attack do 150% damage. Oh wait, does that mean times 2 and an extra 150? So double and a half. Okay, that does make sense. In which case we will do that because he's got a lot of hit points. I am liking these sound effects. Do armor again. I couldn't quite tell that armor was much help. Oh, limited uses. Looky there. Well, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, there we go. Massive damage. I am digging your sound library. So, okay, this is going to be our... It's going to do double and a half damage, right? So, what does this mean? Propulsion. Damage to propulsion? Which would affect its speed and slow it down and give it fewer attacks? That's my theory. Oh, and he's vulnerable to engine down. Okay, look. Wait a minute. I just want to look at these numbers. 54 to 87. So the base damage, minimum damage is 54. Yeah, that's right. So basically 54, 250% of that. That's about right. Yeah, 162. And he's vulnerable, so it's going to do this in addition to this range. Okay, good. I like those numbers. I mean, I like how clear those numbers are. And we can maybe finish him off with this. If we hadn't missed. And I can see now the little green numbers popping up from our ablative armor. Ablative, whatever. Our A armor, we'll call it. This guy is super fast. He's firing very quickly. Gets several turns. I like that. And then finally we will finish this guy off with this, which has a 100% chance to hit. That was a fun little animation and sound effect and explosion. Incoming hypercast. Hypercast is what you call a message in the universe of Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. He He's a funny looking fella. Oh, Commander, okay, this is the leader of that faction. Alright. Okay, so I'm assuming killing that fleet gave us this mission, which is right here, where previously there was just a gray circled fleet. What does it mean when it's defeat the Wraither fleet? What if I click on it? Difficulty level? You know what? I bet difficulty level, because previously it was just 2 ships. So it looks like the idea is there's 2 ships and you defeat it, and then the main fleet becomes 3 ships. So I'm guessing this means, yeah, this is way out of my over my head, and that's the case with these as well because they're red. All right, that's helpful, easy enough to figure out. In the meantime, let's go punch another small fleet. 800, 640. Oh, they're the same. All right, let's punch this fleet. Oh, look how much fuel we've got now. All right, so we can pretty much fly around with impunity at this point. Hello, Hammer It. Welcome here. Commander that turn. Oh, right. Okay, so now we have this hangar, and now we have a bonus on our whatever ship we upgraded. Now, we still have Eric Geithner, our engineer, in here. Let's upgrade, maybe. Oh, Disciple was our science ship. We can upgrade the Disciple. Bonus to hull and speed, or a bonus to damage and evasion. Maybe that is consistent across all the ships. No, it doesn't look like it's that simple. Alright, let's upgrade the hull and speed. Let's make the Disciple even faster, because it looks like it's already kind of fast. Oh, no, okay. A scientist should be doing this, not an engineer. He probably has... Why can't I look at his stats? Oh, good lord. All right, let's go to... Nope, that's not what I want. This is just me fumbling around things that I should know, by the way. Officer quarters 6. All right, there. His science is 14. All right, so he should be doing engineer things. Which, to be fair, I wonder... These do seem to be color-coded by science... Oh, I can drag this around? I'm guessing it's going to get bigger. By science blue, engineering orange, and tactical stuff red. I can't do that. Ship repair bay. Research upgrades for improving ship repairs. Ship repairs have seemed pretty straightforward so far. Oh, new reactors. Interesting. Yikes. Super expensive. Not super expensive. A propulsion lab. What would that do? Improves fuel efficiency and travel speed. Okay. But presumably, it's a base room. This looks to me like you have to build... Oh, yeah, it's locked until we get a ship repair bay. All right, fair enough. What does this do? Again, super expensive. Tier 2 ships. Ah. So I'm guessing once we come out here, this extends out to Tier 2 versions of these ships. And a fuel plant. Oh, I think that's what we want. Oh, each fuel plant produces 1 additional fuel per day. We're getting 1. Do we have a fuel plant already? I don't know. Now let's then see if we can build one, which I'm guessing our engineer is good at. Did not mean to do that. All right, build fuel plant. There we go. And we just are, again, a shortage of materials. All right, so it looks like a lot of the base rooms help you with your resource model. Memory retention drills. Oh, good. So it looks like what was originally our research that gave us plus 10% experience, we can now push it to plus 20% experience. We want that, don't we? Although, don't we also want an additional officer slot, which gives us additional abilities? Yes, let's do that. Alright, where are these guys going? What are they doing? We've got plenty of fuel to be sending them around, although repairs do seem like they might be... Oh no, they're going to punch another ship, right. Here we go. What is this big guy? Nothing special. Oh, their ships have classes as well. A science ship and a, I guess just a generic non-class ship. All right. Don't we have... Yeah, so they're vulnerable to this. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's beat up the little guy first. I'll say they're vulnerable to that. And his engines are down. I think we can exploit that. No, we can't. This could kill him if we do well. Not well enough. Yeah, see our little healing from our ablative shields. And then just finish this guy off. So is this one always... Nope, that has a 6-turn cooldown. What's our basic attack that doesn't have a cooldown? Harass. That needs to be right there in the main tooltip. Man, we harassed him all right. See if we can find out what crew panic does. Whoops. Crew panic. Minus 100% evasion. Okay. And you'll note the tooltip is telling us. You know what? When the tooltips are thorough here, they're certainly thorough. The tooltip is telling us what effect evasion has on our base chance to hit. I do appreciate that. Let's supercharge a weapon. And they're already panicked, so... Incisor beam, let's see what if we can effect a weapons disruption. Looks like we can't. Alright, so now we've got our 250% chance damage hit. One of these could... Oh, okay, this will inflict ship disable, which... Alright, so I'm assuming... Yeah, look, he gets no turns. Ever, it looks like. Look at this, he still gets no turns. There he goes. Welcome back. Sorry your turn isn't going to come up, ship. That's too bad. Man, his evasion isn't negligible, because look... Yeah, okay, evasion is definitely... Look at this. We'll do... Yeah. Look here, evade... So we have a 100% chance to hit down from... Evade... 90... Oh, okay, math. Look here. Our base hit is 118%, which is great. However, his evade only gives us 94% of that, which is still a straight up 100%, which is great. So that evade is fairly significant. So if I'm guessing correctly, now we're going to get a new pirate mission for this faction to defeat 3 pirates. Purple. Shriekers, alright. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's purple. Is that worse than red? It looks like red is worse than purple. Well, if we total the amount of hit points they've got, it is the same. 800, 640, 200. 800. Oh, no, these guys have more hit points. Alright, so it looks like red is tougher than purple. Which is fair enough. Alright, so there is Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. Plenty of elements of XCOM. Little JRPG combat, which looks cute. And super involved, actually. Reminds me a bit of Darkest Dungeon, as far as you want to match the different vulnerabilities and the different inflict and exploit things. I presume figured out which races tend to have which vulnerabilities. I can see that being, I can see that having a lot of gameplay meat, M-E-A-T. And also it looks like, so there are going to be races out here, and I wonder if it's randomized per game, in which case that's a lot of replayability. Whereas here are places you can occupy to get resources, but these guys start attacking them and invading, which seems to give it a kind of an overall macro structure. I like that very much if that's the case. This just came out this past week or so, the developer's Massive Damage. This is the product of a very successful Kickstarter and support from Ontario's Media Development Corporation. And even though it has the word corporation in it, it's part of the Ontario government's Ministry of Culture. Supported Massive Damage in 2014 with a $150,000 grant. And their Kickstarter got them another $187,000 the next year. That was a year and a half ago. Fast forward to now, this game has come out. And I like it just enough that the little interface niggles are seriously annoying me. But not enough that I would stop playing, I feel. So join me on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll be playing American Truck Simulator, which basically means just driving around and chatting with you guys. American Truck Simulator is far more laid back than something like this. I'm not having to lean forward and read tooltips in American Truck Simulator. It's just going to be me hanging out, driving around the Southwest. I've already got a trucking company, by the way, from the previous stream. And so come on by, 6 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. Hang out in my truck cab with me while we deliver merchandise. You can find me on Twitter at QT3. Stuff I write is at quarter-to-3.com. I'll be giving away a free game every Friday, but I'll also be giving away games to my Patreon supporters. You can find my Patreon campaign at patreon.com/TomChick. And you can also vote for whatever game I will review once a month at the Patreon, if you're part of the Patreon campaign. So check that out. Join me Wednesday. Friday, I will be giving away one game that I can't promise you it won't suck. And then next time I stream, I'll be taking requests for Request Wednesday. JC Lebedev is already pre-reminding me to shift gears in American Truck Simulator. Let me make a note of that on a post-it and then put it up here. Shift gears. That's right, because delivering merchandise driving across the U.S. in third gear, not the best practice as a trucker. Thank you so much for that, JC Lebedev. All right, thank you so much for watching this stream. Everyone have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.